Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Grace, okay. And then a fairy tarot. Queen of Summer. Right. Okay, so that there. We've got fifth house is the first house here. So we've got this is the house of creativity. So this can be any sort of creativity that you are involved with. Now, if this is a project or something that you're working on, or you may just be in that line of work, but it can also be just your particular brand of creativity. So we are all artistic, but sorry, we are all creative, but not all of us are artistic. So this is creativity, something you're born with. So it can be the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you write, the way you make things, the way you decorate your home, whatever it is. It's your particular type of creativity. It's also your individuality and your individuality, how you approach things of a creative nature. So it's your brand. It's your brand of magic. You know. It's also the house of children. So that may be relevant to some of you. So it's either to do with you in connection with your children, or this may be affected in becoming up for your children, the messages here. It's also the house of love affairs, and it's the house of taking a risk. So this can be in the form of gambling and stock market and so on, that sort of thing, but it's also just in general taking a risk of some kind. It's also the house of recreation. So this is recreation of all kinds. So this can be sporting, or it can be something that you like to do, a handcraft, or you know, it can be anything that is enjoyable for you. You know, anything that is enjoyable and it does you good. You know, something that you really, something pleasurable. So it can be yoga or whatever it is that you like to do. All covered by the fifth house. So now we've got here Grand Trine Blessing. So it's saying that something is coming in for you, some sort of a blessing is coming into you, but it could very well be like a completion of some kind as well. And it may be a project that you're working on, or something to do with children, or it could be you know, the completion of a love affair, something like that. Or it could be that you are perhaps changing activities, you're perhaps moving from one type of activity to another because you've kind of reached the point where you need more stimulation or something like that. But it can also be about bringing lots of harmony into your life. There's lots of flow. So obstacles that you may have had in place before have been removed, or they've just sort of dissolved, and now you can move forward you know, with greater speed and sort of happiness. It brings in joy. It's a lovely flow, free-flowing energy. It's also the rising up of your particular talents or abilities. So it's that kind of you know, sort of becoming more noticeable, or you're becoming more aware of it. So it's this lovely creative energy that comes in where you're just going with the flow, you're moving with the times, everything's just moving forward for you. So it can be, you know, that you're flowing around obstacles, or they just have moved out of your way. Once something that was there before. With this energy, something it can bring blessings to you as well. It can also be like good fortune, you know, Lady Luck is you know, or Lady Fortune is smiling on you. It could be something coming to you that is a blessing in your view. Now that can mean lots of things to different people. So whatever kind of blessing it is that's coming in, but it could also just be a heightened time where things are moving and things are happening. It can also be, as I said, like a feeling of harmony. So if you have been struggling with certain things, or you may have, you know, been struggling with your children, some issue, or just been a tough time, or something else that has come out in the 5th house, then it can bring in a period of harmony for you where there is no angst, there's no drama. The one thing about this energy is that sometimes if you have a lot of this going on around you, where things are just moving at a wonderful pace, and you feel like you can just relax and let things wash over you, just be careful that you don't become complacent and allow this a lovely period to sort of sweep you away and do nothing about actually anchoring down the blessings. You do have to pull in the blessings. You have to anchor them down. So just keep your hand on the on the steering wheel, so that you can still follow up on whatever blessings or opportunities or gifts or support or whatever it is that comes in for you at this time. Just make sure that you are on it, and that you're enjoying it, but that you are still steering the ship with this energy. Now you've got here at the top, Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So I feel with this energy here, it could be that you are really moving ahead with something in your 5th house. Something is flowing and moving and gaining ground. But just be careful that you don't become sort of distracted or pulled off your path, or pulled out of something because of the demands of others. Now, this could be, you may be wanting to complete something, or you may be wanting to work on something, or you may be just enjoying a particularly fortunate period. But as I said, you've still got to anchor those blessings down. So make sure that you are, allocating time to actually steer this energy. And don't allow others to pull you off your path, or to put distractions in your place. Or if you are sort of, especially with children, sometimes it's unavoidable. You have a lot on your plate, lots of things to see to. But just make sure that you diarize time within your day to make sure that you are making the most of this period. Because this is going to bring opportunities. This is going to give you a huge boost, and there's going to be good flow. So you need to jump on board with that and make the most of the energy while you can, and just be don't be so sort of caught up or taken advantage of is the word I'm looking for. So just make sure that you love yourself enough to say no, and put a few boundaries in to make sure that you've got the time and the wherewithal to be following up on whatever comes in with this blessings card. We've got 6th house here as well. Now this is the house of routine. So this kind of goes with this card, especially if children are involved, or if you are working on a project but you've got other things that are also demanding of your time. The 6th house can also cover that sort of working aspect of it. So this is about your daily routine. So this can be work related. So this can be workplace, work colleagues, work projects, but it can also be mastery of your craft. So whether you work from home or you go to a workplace, it's wherever you do this work. Okay. So it can be project related, but it's also it's also about your health, your diet, your routines, your around that, your lifestyle, your well-being, caught up in all of that. It's also the house of pets, so that may be relevant for you as well. But with this, it's your daily routines around these issues. So make sure that, especially when it comes to these projects or whatever it is that you're working on in your 5th house, that you are managing this well. And I say that because at the bottom you've got Saturn return age, and at the top you've got Mother Mary expect a miracle. So have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So this can be coming in a number of ways. This can be unrealized dreams. So Saturn return age is something coming back. Saturn, it does a revolution around your chart. In most people's lifetimes, it happens twice, but in some cases it can be a third go. But it's like things coming back to you. What you sow is what you reap. That is the energy. It's also like hindsight and wisdom and understanding that you're bringing forward from the past, or from past events, or from the things that you are now reaping. So that could be, in your eyes, it could be good or bad, or just a learning curve, or it could be something that is coming back as like a disappointment, or you could be seeing something much, in a much different light than how you looked at it before. So it really depends on who you are, what you're doing, and your environment, and what you are reaping currently. This is kind of wisdom and reflection, but it's also about taking a very realistic view of things. But just remember that whatever was in the past, your rear view mirror is small for a reason. You don't want it to take up your whole life. You can't live there. You pull the wisdom and the understanding and the hindsight from there, but you move forward. You must always be moving forward. So once you've done a little review of what needs to be done, in some cases you may have to deal with certain things. You really may have to take a really realistic view of what is working, or what has worked for you in the past, and what is working for you now, because things are changing. Things that used to work before won't work going forward. So it's a kind of a review of all of that. But this energy is also a release and a redirect. So as I said, this can be like second chance, or this can be going after unrealized dreams, things that you wanted to do before in some other period of your life, something that you wanted to do, or you would have liked to have done. For some people that are older, this can be a career, or something they wanted to study, or something they wanted to do when they were at an earlier phase in their life, and they couldn't get to do it for whatever reason. Perhaps they had family demands, or they went into a career which was suitable for the time and paid the bills and was okay, but it wasn't truly what the heart wanted. Okay, so it's a kind of a review of all of that, and this is about releasing your energy from the past and a redirect. Saturn's gift is this wonderful opportunity to now take responsibility for your dreams, your goals, what you want to do, what is close to your heart. And it's also finding resolutions for the past, dealing with whatever has been left behind, whatever remains, dealing with it, clearing it away, and taking a very firm step in the direction of what it is that you want, what is close to your heart, taking responsibility for your dreams, not somebody else's dreams or somebody else's life, your life, what you want, what you would very much like to do, what is close to your heart. So this is the beauty of this Saturn return. It gives you a chance to do that. Okay. It can also bring in, as I said, wisdom and understanding about certain things. It can shake you up a little bit. And then from there you can move forward with the hindsight that you have gained. And it can also be that you may, in some cases, some people may be feeling that they are too old to go after that opportunity, or they're too old to change the way they've been doing things. They're too old to change their routines, whether it's work related or whether it's health and diet and lifestyle related. And in some cases, it can also be that they feel they haven't got, if you're a younger person, you may feel that you haven't got the skills, or you haven't got what you need to go after this, whatever it may be. Don't allow that to hold you back, okay? This is about some sort of second chance, or some sort of unrealized dream, or something that you can now go after. And it's that freedom from the past, freedom from a way of life which has completed now. And as I said, at the top, you've got Mother Mary, expect a miracle. So something that you may have, as I said, something may come back to you, and you're looking at it now and thinking, gee, that just didn't work. Or whatever happened, whatever went down, you can't change it. It's happened, and now you have to deal with the result. So whatever you request, or whatever you're sending a prayer about, however it relates to you in this house with this return energy, it's a very realistic view. This is taking the rose-tinted spectacles off. but it's a course correction with Saturn return. That's what it's about. So something that you are requesting, or you are sending out, or you're sending a prayer to your spirit team, it's saying that you have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Then here we've got the 9th house. This is a big house. It covers many aspects. It's about your intuitive processes, everything to do with that. It's also the house of exploration and adventure. It can be foreign journeys, or like international travel, or it can be journeys or expansion of the mind via learning. So it's either physically where you are traveling, or it's within a learning environment. So that would be like higher education, university, or adult education. It's also about all foreign things. So you may be in touch with foreign people, or foreign sort of concepts, cultures, business, could be import, export, something like that, you know, coming in, or foreign sort of people in your life, or you're mixing with them, or you're sort of involved with them. It's also the house of publishing. It's the house of teaching. It's the house of public relations, all sorts of PR work, promotional work. It's also the house of the law, legal processes, and the higher courts. So any one of those areas may be relevant for you with this. But it's also about the seeking of wisdom and the seeking of truth, which underlines everything that I've just mentioned. So it's the seeking of wisdom and truth. It can also be about your faith. So this can be your religious ideas, or it can be your belief systems. They don't have to be religious. But it can also be, you know, your philosophy on life. So somewhere along the line, there's going to be a big shift in this house, because you've got North Node here, okay? So North Node doesn't come in without a bang, okay? It's going to come in with a bang of some sort in here. So either your beliefs, or your belief systems, or your religious beliefs, or your philosophical beliefs are going to get a bit of a turnaround, or it could be something in one of those other areas in your life. It's like a change of direction. That's what this card is about. Or you could be fulfilling your life's purpose in some way, but normally there's a shift in direction here. So normally it could even be a door slam shut, and now you've headed off in a different direction, or just something falls away because it's no longer relevant to you. But this is positive. This is a positive karma. This is a very positive thing coming in for you. This is good that is coming to you, which you have earned from a great many past lives. Good karma coming back to you. So now you're in the right place at the right time for something, some advantage, or some opportunity within this house. Something is going to come in, and you're going to be in the right place in the right time to receive it. But it will involve closing something off, so that you can move forward. And it may involve the past. As I said, with Saturn return, that's always about the past. Things that you're looking at things now, you're seeing things differently with this card. It can be a turning point, as I said, or some sort of epiphany, where now you realize that what you have been doing, now you need to be going in a different direction, just because of the way things have turned out. So it can be that. Or you could be presented with an opportunity, a new avenue, or new doors opening for something which is relevant to your life purpose. Okay, so life purpose, you can't be given it all in one big plate, and you can see the whole picture. Sometimes it unfolds with baby steps, because if you were given the whole thing up front, it would scare you, and you probably would be unable to even comprehend it all. So in some cases, it's given to you in smaller steps, so that you can move from one to the other successfully. And it can also be about soul tribe, you know, people that are connected to you. These are karmic connections. So this can be people that you have been involved with in past lives, that are, you just have a resonance with them. This can be a friend or a family member, or somebody that you're associated with. It could be somebody that you're connected to through your studies, if it's the 9th house, if you're studying, or it could be you know, somebody that you know from that lives in a different country. Somewhere along the line, you're going to connect with your soul tribe, or people that are coming in for you at this time. They may have been there all the time, but this is normally others sort of gathering around you. So it's like resonance. You resonate with these people. You have a connection with them. You have an understanding. And they may be dropping into your life just to deliver something, or to help you with something, or they're going to be in there for longer. or you are, you're kind of stumbling into their life as well. So it's about coming together because there's work to do, or there's some aspect that you are coming together to complete or to work towards. Now, just by the side here, we've got Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. So this is, I think, just relating to opening up information, opening up to receive certain things. And you can do this in nature. Once you connect to nature, it opens up all kinds of channels for you. It lifts your vibration. It raises your frequency. And as soon as you do that, you attract things to you which are very important. And you'll get guidance when you spend time in nature. So go out, spend time in nature. At the sea is going to be good for you because the sea's there. And just even if you walk by the sea, or you just spend time sitting there watching the waves, whatever is appropriate for you. But it's about spending time in nature, hiking, walking, taking the dogs out, whatever's appropriate for you. But it's about raising your vibration through spending time in nature, and that will help you to get perspective, which I feel you need in the 9th house as well. It's about getting perspective on things that may have shifted quite dramatically for you. As I said, if you've had a big shift in your belief systems, things that you have believed in most of your life are now getting a bit of a shake-up or some sort of shift or change, and you have to contemplate this. You have to understand this intuitively so that you know how to navigate your way forward. And if you go out and you spend time in nature, connecting to nature, this will help you greatly. It will be very supportive energy for you. So now we've got here Pele, Divine Passion. So this is kind of comes in with the Saturn return age, okay? And also obviously the Grand Trine, because this can stir up or sort of activate parts of yourself which are inherent, talents and abilities and things like that. And there's creativity there as well. But you're definitely undergoing a North Node is life's purpose. So this can be a big career change, or it may be a relocation, or it could be just a change of path. And this comes in Pele, Divine Passion, but it's especially relevant to this card, the Saturn return age, where there's an assessment required here. So this is Divine Passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Okay. So as I said, this goes to patterns and ways of life that you have lived up to this point, which has kind of just been going through the motions, or they have suited you up until this point, but something shifted. You've had a belief system change or some kind of shift in this house, and now you're seeing things very differently. With the 9th house, you see the big picture. Okay. So this is about grasping this inner part of yourself, which has probably been knocking on the door for quite some time. It's been trying to get out. And this is aligned with your life's purpose. This is something which is aligned with you. This is something that you've come here to work on. And it may have been put on the back burner, or just not a priority, or not worked on up until this point. And it's saying to you, access that, whatever it is that lights you up, whatever is very important to you. It's time to be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And go for that. Because you're going to get a tremendous amount of fulfillment from that. And as soon as you do that, then the Grand Trine comes in to bring you this flow, to bring you this sweeping energy that's going to push you into all kinds of opportunities and blessings. But it's about being honest and saying, I'm now going to go for this. This is what I want to do. This is what I've always wanted to do. This is important to me. And then you go for it. So whatever it may be. But it's allowing that to come out. But you first have to be honest. You have to say to yourself, I've worked hard. I've done this for many years. I think I've completed it now, and I need to take this chance. Even if things have fallen down around you, grasp this new opportunity that's come in, or this new door that's opening for you, and go for it. We've got here Capricorn I use. So this kind of goes hand in hand with this. Saturn rules Capricorn. Okay. So this is about being resourceful. So all these wonderful things that are moving and shifting for you. Some of them may be quite subtle. This can be quite subtle in some ways. But this will definitely not be subtle. The North Node life's purpose will not be subtle, and neither will the Saturn return. So Capricorn I use is very much about being resourceful in your environment. This is networking, using your contacts. I use. So use whatever you have to get this going, to get this divine passion underway, you know, to actually harness this energy. And this is with the Grand Trine, you've got to harness these blessings. Otherwise, they'll just sweep past you. You've really got to jump on board, okay? So use your whatever you have at your disposal. It's your talents, your skills, your determination. That's very much a Capricorn quality: determination, ambition, goal setting. And with the Saturn return, it's about setting new goals for yourself. Don't bring in old goals from before, because things have changed. We're now in 2021, massive changes in the world, and that now it's time for new goals. So in fact, you may have found that a way of life that you've lived up until this point, whether it's a job or something, has simply fallen away. It's just packed up and gone. And so now you've got to use other aspects of your life. But now there will always, in every one of us, there is something that we love to do, something which we are aligned with and which we have an affinity for, whether we've used it or not. Now is the time. So I use my skills, my talents, my God-given skills and talents that were given to me on my arrival here. I'm going to use them now. And this is also about your acknowledging that, you know, yes, you will have to work hard. Yes, you will have to, you know, have a system. This is groundbreaking. This is actually building a foundation for life. And this requires goal setting. It's systematic, it's methodical, leaping from crag to crag. The mountain goat is Capricorn. So think of that tenacity and that ability to cling to that, whatever it may be, until you can move to the next one. So it's determination, it's building up, it's resourcefulness, whether this is making use of your environment or your contact, your networks, whatever it is, it's using your resourcefulness very, very wisely to move you forward. Now we've got here Queen of Summer, loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. All right, so now this is where this comes in here. The fifth house, creativity. And the fifth house does also, as I said, talk about children. So you may be in a situation where you have children and your time, you need to be structured. You need to have a system in place. You need to be taking advantage of these blessings. So you must allocate time for yourself. And this is where you need to put your boundaries in, okay? So you need to book time for yourself every day or every week or whatever it is that you can, to actually follow up on what is your divine passion, what is really in your heart, what is it that you want to do, what do you feel called to do, okay? It's about acknowledging that now. You know, that is something that you've come into this life with. It's something that you can do, and it's something which is going to light you up. And when you are lit up, you can achieve an incredible amount. If you're doing something mundanely and following an old routine, that's not going to help you. Okay, you need to be stirring things up so that you are enthusiastic, motivated, inspired. And that's what that energy is about. So by all means, taking care of others is important, but not to the point that you are being a doormat or losing power. You're giving your power away to others. You must set time aside for yourself. And when you teach others, when you show others that you mean business about that you're putting boundaries in place because you need that time for yourself, then they will learn how to do that in their own lives. So this is especially important when you've got children. Okay. So listen to your heart. That's what this is saying. Divine passion. Listen to your heart, because you've got some sort of trigger for your life purpose coming in here. Okay, so something's coming in to actually steer you right place, right time for something important. And 4 and 1 is 5, and 5 is always about changes. Okay, so, and you've also got another 5 here for the Saturn return. And then you've got 4 and 6 is 10. 10 is the end of a cycle, so completion, which is what I said. Okay, so something is completing and you're now needing to be going in a different direction. And you're going to be blessed with that. There's going to be something coming in for you. Queen of Summer is a very emotional sign. It's the Queen of Cups. So you can bring all this in, your intuition, which is going to be highlighted with the 9th house. That is the house of intuition. But make sure that you are listening to your insights, because that's what you're going to be able to trust. That's going to help you navigate at this time. And just make sure that you're doing things with grace, because with the Saturn return energy, sometimes you can be a little bit hard on yourself, all right? Especially when it's about the past. You can be very hard on yourself, looking back thinking, oh, this didn't work, oh boy, that didn't happen, or I just didn't handle that well at all, or something comes back now and delivers a result which is disappointing or surprising, or something didn't occur or didn't happen. You know, it can be like that, but it's there for a purpose, all right? Or it could be just that you're seeing an aspect of your life in a different way now. You know, that's what it can do. So just handle yourself with grace. There's no point in beating yourself up, especially as you're a Virgo. That can sometimes happen. Keep your self-esteem high, and know that whatever is occurring is part of your life's purpose, and that you can handle this. You can definitely do this. And you've sent out a little prayer to your spirit team, so they're coming in to assist you. And you've got the determination of Capricorn to assist you. So handle yourself with grace. Handle the situation with grace, and you won't go wrong there. Bottom of the Fairy Tarot, 5 of Autumn. Reach out to others for assistance. It says poor timing for a career change, feeling challenged by money issues. So these, I feel, are related possibly to this, okay? But poor timing for a career change, this can be like a feeling for you. You know, this can be like something you are concerned with, because maybe because you are struggling with a fear, or you're struggling with seeing something very differently now, and you're realizing that you do have to actually take responsibility for your dreams, okay? So just send out a prayer, ask for help, and get into nature, and you will find that this right place, right time will come in, and this will shift for you, I'm sure. And if you need to ask others for help, then do so, you know. But you may just be feeling, especially with the 6th house, you may be feeling like you may not be able to, you may feel